Hey guys, my name is Ryan Cote. I'm the owner, founder of functionalmedicinesseo.com. We work with practitioners to help them with their search engine optimization so they get more visibility and clicks from Google organic search. Putting together this presentation here, SEO for functional medicine practitioners. Going to try to make this as little fluff as possible. I'm going to be bouncing around between the presentation and then the tabs that I have open. So it's hopefully going to be a very interactive and engaging presentation that you guys pull a lot of advice from and useful tips. So let's dive in. I'm going to present my screen and then go back to the tabs as needed. Okay. So first off, who am I? A little bit about me. Like I mentioned, my name is Ryan Cote. I'm the owner of functionalmedicinesseo.com. I've been doing SEO for 15 years now. So it's something that I have lived and breathed for a long time. I am married for 14 years. I have 3 children right there, as you can see, 3 girls. That's a picture of us at Long Beach Island that we go to a lot every year to hang out with other family. I do live in New Jersey. I've lived in New Jersey my whole life, except for Pennsylvania for college. And then here's some of my interests: marketing, obviously, business, entrepreneurship, personal development. I'm a huge personal development fan, which ties into the morning routines. And then, of course, family. Okay, let's go. So what is SEO? SEO is it stands for search engine optimization. It's work you do on your website so that you show up more when a potential patient is doing keyword searches on Google. Let me show you what the landscape is. I'm going to bounce out here for a second. We'll go back to it. So if I type in, functional medicine services NJ, because I'm in New Jersey, I'm looking for a doctor near me. This is the search results page, and you can see up here is an ad from Parsley. Okay. And then right here is the Google Map Pack. This is Google Maps. So this is considered SEO too, but different kind of SEO, a different kind of organic. But this is not paid, though it can be paid. Sometimes there's ads in here, but right now I don't see any. This is all just organic SEO maps listings. But then here's the organic. Past the people also ask. Here's the organic. Okay. This is where SEO comes into play. SEO, you're trying to show up higher for keyword searches, keyword search like functional medicine services NJ. You're trying to show up higher in this organic section of Google, okay, which goes all the way down to there, and then more ads come in. Okay, so that is SEO, or the purpose of SEO, I guess you could say. All right, let's go back. And why should you even consider investing in SEO? It's because you can see the stats here, but a lot of people go to Google when they're evaluating their options, especially for health services. If they've got a pain or a symptom or what have you, they're often going to go to Google to just kind of see what their options are first and maybe investigate what it could be. And then once they know they need to see a functional medicine practitioner, okay, who should I see? Who has the best website? Who can I find? Who has Google reviews? All of that. So, back in the day, you didn't need to do much SEO. It was much less competitive. You could just show up with some small little tweaks. Nowadays, everyone's caught on that Google. You need to be on Google, so the competition's higher. So you need to have some sort of SEO plan in place to do better organically. You will find that sometimes sites get lucky. There is a sort of a randomness with Google's algorithm, but in 99% of the cases, you need to have an SEO plan in place to do better organically. Okay, so now we're going to get into more strategies and tactics. So it all starts with keywords. Keywords are what people search in Google. It's a symptom or a service related search. They're going to Google and they're searching for something. They have a pain, they have a need, they're looking for someone. They go to Google and they type in a keyword. Okay, so all starts with keyword research because you need to know, well, what are people searching for? And then that's what I should add to my site. That's what I should blog about. That's what I should talk about. And so it all starts with keyword research. How do you do keyword research? These are some of the tools that we like to use that we recommend. And some are free, some are very low cost. Uber Suggest is right now $10 a month. Very, very smart investment. That's what we use. Google Search Console, that's a free tool by Google. Just Google it and then add your site and verify it. And once you verify it, you'll start getting a lot of data back on your site, how people are finding you, how many clicks you're getting, how many impressions, any errors on your site. It's Google Search Console is a little bit more technical. Well, it's a lot more technical, but it's free. You just add your site to it, let the data come in. There's no harm. It's data that you might be able to use. And then there's predictive search. So I'm going to show you what this all means. Well, I'm going to show you Uber, and I'm going to Uber Suggest, and I'm also going to show you the predictive search. So predictive search just gives you some ideas as to what to do, or as to what keywords people might be looking for. So if you know it's functional medicine, once you start typing in functional medicine, you can see that's drop down here. Google's trying to predict what you're going to say, hence the predictive search label. They're trying to predict. So here's some keywords that you could consider, like functional medicine doctor, doctor near me. Now I'm in New Jersey, so it's serving up NYC keywords. Not all will be relevant, like certification, definition. Maybe that's a blog post, but that's going to attract information seekers, which isn't a problem. But so predictive search, Google's trying to predict what you're going to search for. So they're going to show you keywords that are popular, that they see a lot of people searching for. So this is more just like a brainstorming tool. It lacks the stats behind like the search volume and all that. And that's where Uber Suggest comes into play. So Uber Suggest, it actually does a lot of things besides keyword research. I popped in, a practitioner that we've done work with, and it shows you like estimated organic, how many keywords you already rank for, and the trend. Okay, and then what your popular pages are, and then here's the keywords. So your top keywords, and then you can click on any of these keywords, and then it'll give you all stats on that keyword, sites that rank, other keywords to think of. But if you go back and, so if we just do Uber Suggest and you type in a keyword, let's do functional medicine. Let's just skip it. Well, maybe services, functional medicine services. And we'll let that load. Okay, and so it's going to give you the estimated search volume, how difficult the keyword is, but then it's going to give you some additional keyword ideas. Like this might have been too specific of a keyword, but if you click on like that, it's going to give you who it ranks for. This one didn't give me a lot of good ones. Bad example. Let's get a little more broad. Usually that's the best way to do it. And you can start to see it's showing who is ranking for functional medicine. The IFM organization, of course, ranks highly for that. But here we go. So this was a much better example. It came back with 400 keyword ideas, and it gives you the competition. The green means it's a little easier. Functional medicine doctor, near me, institute. There's 400 options here. And you can just drill down even further by clicking on these arrows. So this, and then the search volume, 800 people, 700 people. These are just estimates based on the data that Google gives us. But this tool here, you start typing in some of the keywords, some of the symptoms that you treat, some of the services that you offer, and you can start to see what people are actually searching for. Geo terms like NYC, and then it basically helps you create a list of keywords that your potential patients are searching, and then those are the keywords that you use for your SEO. And like I mentioned, Search Console, that's a little more technical. I still recommend you verify your site in there because it will give you a whole bunch of data as to the progress of your website and how people are finding you. But this tool here helps you find keywords that you don't rank for yet, that it's good for brainstorming, for blog topics, etc. Okay, so let's go back to the site. I'm trying to give you really practical tips that you can use, like literally starting today. Let's go back to present. Alrighty. So you've got the keywords. Now what? Okay. And so basically you want to have your keyword list, your spreadsheet, and then you want to match up those keywords with the most relevant pages. And so usually it's like 1 to 2 keywords per page. So your functional medicine service page will obviously naturally match up with functional medicine keywords. That's like a basic example. But you want to map the keywords to the pages because it's kind of like a roadmap for your SEO. You want to have a spreadsheet that shows you, okay, these are the keywords and these are the pages that I'm going to optimize those keywords for. Um, Also, with keywords, I mentioned a few minutes ago, but your blog strategy, it's best to structure it around keywords. That you don't want to make it too SEO heavy and where it just screams SEO, but you want to have some direction as to what topics you should blog about, and choosing popular keywords that your patients are using. That's the best way to do it, because then you know that when you add blog content, that people are going to find the blog content organically eventually, because Google will notice the keywords and they'll rank your blogs, some better than others, but I see blogs rank very well very often. Okay. And the last thing here is searching for LSI keywords. I'm getting pretty technical here, but I just want to give you actionable advice. So LSI keyword just means related. And here's a way to find the LSI keywords right from Google's mouth. I'm going to bounce back. So if you type in your main keyword, see functional medicine services NJ, if you scroll to the bottom of the page, you're going to see searches related to your main keyword here, and see what's in bold. Those are basically related terms that what Google thinks is related. And so that's the best way to pull related terms. Now, not all of these will be relevant, but basically if you've got a page you're optimizing for functional medicine services NJ, it would be smart to make sure that near me is in there. Integrative. Uh, I mean, if you're in Jersey, or if you're by Morristown, obviously it's looking where I'm located, but who take insurance, maybe insurance. So these are related terms, the ones that Google has bolded, that they think is relevant. So it's a good idea to include these keywords in relation to the root keyword, which is functional medicine services NJ. Okay, so let's go back. All right. So here's where to place the keywords. You could just do some quick YouTube searches, or of course, I'm available for any questions you have. But these are the places you want to include the keywords. You never want to keyword stuff. You don't go crazy. It's more casual. More casual is better. More conservative is better. But you want to make sure that your keywords are in the title tag of the page, the meta description of the page, in the body, in the headlines, and the content. The image alt tags. Alt tags are the image, the tags behind an image. And so, like, if I go to like our site here, Functional Medicine SEO, you can see like in the content, okay, functional medicine, content marketing, SEO, functional. Here's a headline: functional medicine marketing. This is all by design. In the content, optimization in the sub headline, and then in the body, there's all this keyword rich content. So you just want to make sure that the keywords that you're choosing are on the website in these key areas. The title and meta description, those are behind the scenes. If your site's on WordPress and you're using Yoast, it'll give you a spot to put the title to edit the title tag and edit the meta description. Those are basically just like the headline and the description for a page that Google looks at. Oftentimes in the search results, you see those blue links that you click, and then the description below. Oftentimes that's the title tag and the meta description. So Google's pulling it from there. So these are the places. Let's just give you some do's and don'ts. So with keywords, the do's, fresh content going up on your site every month with keywords, very important. You want to optimize every page of your website, maybe not the contact page, but your services page, your symptoms page, conditions treated, obviously blogs, they need to all be keyword optimized. And then, this one I put on here because I think, it's important to have a good idea of where your SEO is going. It's tough now because Google personalizes everything. So the rank trackers are not as accurate as they once were, but it's still important to do it. And then if you have your site in Google Search Console, like I recommend, that they will show you where you rank for particular keywords. So if you have your site in Search Console, you'll by default kind of have this third point taken care of. And then in terms of don't, don't target the same keywords on every page. It'll cannibalize your rankings. And then don't keyword stuff. If you read it and you're like, ugh, that's a bad sign. Go with your gut. It needs to read natural, but it needs to have the keywords. Okay, so let's talk about the next part of SEO, which are backlinks. Okay, backlinks are other sites linking to you. It's like a vote. Google looks at it as a vote. So if site A is linking to site B, it's almost like site A is voting for site B. And the more votes you have, the stronger the votes are, the better the sites are, the better you rank. And so link building, it's called, backlinks. It used to be the most important thing with SEO. Now it's still important, but it's just part of the puzzle. Google, like with SEO, it's all these pieces that come together to help you rank. Back in like 2000, mid 2000s to late 2000s, like 2010, it was all links. Now it's links and everything else I'm going to talk about here. So, how do you get backlinks? Here are some of the ways. So there's plenty of ways to get backlinks, but these are the ways I thought is achievable for most everyone. And there's maybe not all of them, but at least pick one or two or three ways that you think you can get the backlinks. Submitting your site to directories, local directories like Yelp. Writing content for other blogs. So if you've got connections with like health bloggers or medical bloggers or mom blogs or whatever the case is, offer as a doctor, as a practitioner, to write content for their site, which they're going to want. And then in that content, there's a link back to your website. If you ever speak at an event, make sure they're linking back to your practice's website. If you ever give to charity, oftentimes they will, as like a sponsor, next point too, they'll link back to, like, they'll include your logo with a link back to your website. That's very good. Similar to writing for other blogs, but for official publications or journals, if you could become a contributing columnist, oftentimes there's a digital version and then there's a link back to your website. And the last thing here is podcast interviews. This is sort of like a secret weapon. It checks off a lot of boxes. You get your name out there, you get practice speaking, and then oftentimes there's like a show notes page on the podcast website that links back to your site. So these are ways. There's other ways too, but this kind of, the 80-20 rule, this will get you most of the way there. All right, let's talk about blogging. We've kind of hinted at this a few times. Blogging is crucial for SEO. Google loves fresh websites. They do not like stale websites. Plus, Google's ranking more blogs than ever because blogs answer questions, and a lot of times people are asking questions when they're doing a search. Not always, but a lot, especially with voice search. Blogs, think of it, every new blog post you add to your site, it's another way someone can find you. It's another doorway to your website. And so you want to have as many doorways as possible because you never know where that patient is going to find you. And so here's, I'm kind of touching on all these points here, but yeah, boost your SEO. It's such a key part of SEO. I mentioned that fresh content helps you rank for more keywords. The more content you have on your site, usually the more keywords you rank for. Google Discover, that's in the Android devices and mobile. They're saying, hey, you might like this content based on like your browsing history and all that. And Google Discover is always blogs, or most always blogs. Better organic traffic, that goes hand in hand with boosting your SEO. Thought leadership and authority, of course. Patients, when they're hiring a functional medicine practitioner, it's a lot about like, do I trust you? Do I believe you? Are you an expert in what I need to, in the health services I need help with? And the content can help increase that leadership and that authority. Once you create blog content, you can use it in email newsletters. You can put it on social media. It's got multiple uses for repurposing. And then there's a greater chance of you being linked to, going back to the backlinks. I could have added that to the backlink slide. Is, if you create a lot of content, oftentimes some of that content will resonate with the blogger and they'll link to you. And so that's a very natural, organic way of getting backlinks, which Google loves. So here's some tips for blogging. We like to blog 2 to 4 times per month. That's a very good, sustainable drip of fresh content on your site. We always aim for 600 to 800 words. If you could do longer, great. Sometimes we'll sprinkle in longer content, but we find 600 to 800 is enough for Google to rank, enough, for there to be a good keyword, uh, you know, I guess density, if you want to call it that, in the content. It's enough where you can explain a topic thoroughly without it being too long, where you're starting to get fluffy. So that's, as of right now, at the time of this recording, that's a really good sweet spot to be in, 600 to 800 words. Obviously make sure every blog is keyword optimized, going back to like the title tag and the meta description, having the keywords in the blog content. Make sure that when you're creating a blog, there is a specific keyword you are trying to go after. And also, if you sometimes, like, if you think about, like, if functional medicine is like the most important keyword for you, it helps to have content around functional medicine because it increases the overall relevancy of your site for that keyword. If Google sees your services, it's functional medicine, the conditions that you treat, and then they see your blogs, and a lot of the blogs are about functional medicine, it starts to increase the relevancy. Okay, this site, this domain is very relevant for functional medicine keywords, and it helps your site overall, helps the whole site rank better. And then, like I mentioned before, blogs are good for, newsletters and social media. So make sure you share the blog, send it out in your email list, include it in social media. Search Console, you can index blogs very quickly in Search Console. You just paste in your URL in the top box, hit enter. It'll say, hey, this blog isn't indexed. It's because you just published it. Do you want to index it? And you hit yes, and then it'll index it in like a day as opposed to what could be days or weeks. So it just helps speed up the process. Okay, so then I believe this is the last part here. So, and maybe I saved the best for last. This is all very important information, but I'm a huge fan of Google My Business, especially for a practitioner that services a local area. Even if you don't service a local area, even if you're telemedicine where your audience is nationwide, still your local area is your low-hanging fruit. You want to take advantage of that. And this is a very good authority signal for your site. I look at Google My Business as like your second website. And the practitioners that we help with SEO, it's a very important part. It is like their second website. We spend a lot of time on it every month. It's very, very important for local searches. It's what Google shows. Going back to this search, that's Google My Business. Okay. And they're injecting maps, the Google My Business fuels Google Maps. They're injecting maps in the regular search results, but then you can also go to the maps and find local businesses that way. So you want to make sure you have a very strong presence on Google My Business. Also, with Google My Business, oftentimes when you search for your practice's name, the right sidebar shows for the Google My Business shows up for your practice. And so when you have reviews and when you have good information about your site, about your practice on Google My Business, it's like the first thing they see before they go to your website. So it's very, very important. Let's give you some tips here about how to take advantage of Google My Business. So obviously you need to have it verified. So first thing is get your practice verified. They send you like a PIN code through the mail. You have to enter it. So add your information, google.com/business, verify your listing, and then fully fill it out. Everything, fully fill it out. Your primary category, secondary category, website, hours, description, the services, photos, just go crazy on it. Spend a whole day fully filling it out. It's really, really important. Also, get reviews and then reply back to them. Google likes to see a steady drip of reviews, kind of like content. They like to see a steady drip of reviews. Unfortunately, you have to usually ask for reviews. That's the way it is. But it's very important. So it's worth the effort. And then reply back to them. Google likes to see engagement on Google My Business. So reply back, even to the negative ones. It's a way to, take it offline. Don't get defensive. But it's a way for you to show how you respond to negative feedback professionally. Okay. And so reply back to all reviews. Question and answer on GMB. This is depending on how popular your practice is, you may get questions, you may not. Not everyone uses the question part of Google My Business, but some do. And so if you ever get a question through your GMB page, make sure you answer it. Very important. It goes back to that engagement that I talked about. Again, with engagement, post to Google every month. So on GMB, there's a way for you to post. So do Google posts every week, every month. Share your blog content on there, share your services, share company news, anything. List all of your services. This goes back to fully filling out your listing. There's a spot where you can list your services. Definitely take advantage of that. Photos, very important. Also, geotag your photos. Here's a tip: if you take a photo with your phone, and if your location is turned on in your phone, like for GPS, when you take a picture, that picture is automatically geotagged with like the latitude, longitude, all that. And so that helps increase your local relevancy score for Google. They're going to see a photo uploaded, and then they're going to see the geotag that correlates with the location where you're at. And so just take a picture with location turned on. Make sure your NAP is consistent. NAP is name, address, and phone number. And make sure that's consistent. If you ever move your practice, you have to go back to all your directory listings and all that to update the NAP. Major pain in the butt. So there are services that you can use to do that. Just search for like NAP cleanup. That'll help. It's well worth the investment. So you want to make sure that your NAP is consistent. So the same name, the same address, the same phone number that's on your Google My Business. Make sure it's that when you're submitting yourself to local directories, that's what you're using. And then primary and secondary category, very important. Make sure you choose the best primary category for your practice, but then also take advantage of the secondary categories. Choose ones that are still related, of course, but that maybe they're not as super relevant as the primary, but they're still relevant. So, you do all this, you'll be ahead of most practitioners because most don't know about this and they won't put the effort in. So this could be your secret weapon in addition to everything else we described. Choosing the keywords, making sure that the keywords are on your website, blogging strategically every week, every month, getting backlinks to your website, and then using Google My Business to your advantage, fully utilizing all of the features that Google gives us. So that's the whole presentation. If you follow all of that, it's almost impossible for your organic visibility, your keyword searches, your ranking, your traffic. It's almost impossible for it not to go up. So just carve away time, maybe an hour a day to work on this stuff. If you have any questions, that's my email address. It's ryan@functionalmedicinesseo.com. Please, any questions, I don't care what they are, just feel free to email me and I will get back to you right away. Okay. Thanks for watching this. I hope you found it helpful and talk to you guys soon.